Imagine that you're a secret agent named Alex, working with a trusted informant named Jamie. You and Jamie need to send encrypted messages to each other without anyone else knowing. To do this, you use an initial key exchange using asymmetric encryption, MS like how a bank card might do, to establish a secure channel. One day, you meet in a secure location and each of you generates your own secret keys. You then exchange public keys. These public keys are like special locks that only the other person has the key to open. When Alex wants to send Jamie a message, Alex uses Jamie's public key to encrypt it, ensuring that only Jamie with their private key can decrypt it. The strength of this asymmetric encryption comes from how tough it is to break the code if someone else tries to snoop in. Picture a lock that has more combinations than there are stars in the galaxy. It's not impossible to crack, but it's going to take a whole lot of time and computing power, more than a reasonable amount of years, to brute force without sophisticated methods. Now, let's say this secure channel works perfectly for a while. You and Jamie are able to share information safely. However, there's a catch. Over time, someone else, like a rival agent named Quinn, starts watching. Quinn is constantly trying to find vulnerabilities in your key exchange. There are a few things that could go wrong that might lead you to needing to regenerate your keys. First, technology is always evolving. Today's keys might be safe, but in a few years, a powerful new supercomputer, be even a quantum computer, could start breaking the encryption that was once secure. When this happens, keys that were previously strong could now be broken, which means you'd need to generate new, stronger keys to stay ahead of the curve. Second, say one day Jamie is in a rush and accidentally leaves a copy of their private key somewhere unsecured. Quinn, our rival, manages to get hold of it. Now Quinn can decrypt anything that Alex sends to Jamie using that compromised key. In that case, the asymmetric encryption would need to be regenerated. Both of you would need to create new private and public keys to regain security. Third, even if nothing goes wrong, it's considered good practice to update the keys after a certain period, say a year or two, to make sure any potential vulnerabilities that develop over time don't turn into major security holes. Many protocols use certificates that expire regularly, forcing the parties to regenerate keys periodically. One time, Jamie had to change keys simply because their encryption certificate expired. They both laughed about it later, realizing it was much like renewing a driver's license, necessary to keep everything updated and secure. So, how long does that initial asymmetric encryption last? Well, it depends. Typically, it lasts until one of the following happens. Computing technology advances enough to crack the keys, the private key gets compromised, or the certificate expires. The encryption can become compromised if any of these factors change, meaning that Alex and Jamie would have to regenerate their keys and start the process again. Whenever you see a website using HTTPS, it's relying on this kind of encryption to secure data between you and the site. The underlying asymmetric encryption, impermanent. Certificates expire, new security standards arise, and companies need to adapt. The banks and websites you trust are constantly rerouting their secure communication channels to keep you safe from any prying eyes, like Quinn.